Hey guys, Joshua here with Reasonably Prepared, and today we're going to go over my top 10 picks of acronyms that you are going to hear when you begin your preparedness journey. Let's jump in. Thanks for watching, and right off the bat, remember to like and subscribe, hit the little bell notification, hit that thumbs up because it helps us out a bunch. Just wanted to let you know that. All right, let's jump in. I remember when I was starting out my preparedness journey, and as I hit the internet and hit YouTube and hit different things and started researching what I need to store up and things I need to do, it seemed to me that preppers love their acronyms. Boy, how do they love their acronyms. And me, not being of military background or anything like that, sometimes had no idea what they were talking about. And so I'd like to break down for you the top 10 acronyms that you are absolutely 100% going to either read, hear, or see, and what they mean. Okay, number 1, EDC. EDC means everyday carry. And this is probably the most popular that you're going to hear across the board. Now, of course, EDC is kind of just an outdoorsy term, but the preppers love EDC. They love their everyday carry, and they love telling you what it is. And all everyday carry, simply put, is the things that you carry on your person every single day. That you always have that, maybe you're outside the spectrum of your clothes and your footwear and your glasses. Some people will also have a bag with some, odds and ends, a couple medical kit or a knife or some rope or different things that I might need along the way that just kind of get carried around with me wherever I go. Laptop bag, if you're a person who carries around a laptop bag with a laptop and papers and things like that every day, you could consider that your EDC. So once again, simply put, your EDC are the things that you carry on your person around with you during your day-to-day life all the time. Okay, number 2, SHTF. Hits the fan, or stuff hits the fan for people who don't like the colorful language. And what this is referring to when we say SHTF is going to be a situation where something has gone completely wrong, either in society, and we're in a position where we're seeing upheaval. It's happened throughout the course of history in countries and cities and places where maybe some civil unrest might be happening. Now, preppers are going to go as far out as if the dollar collapses and our government shuts down permanently. They talk about shit hits the fan as in like this really extreme scenario. But I will also put it in if you've got a fire that comes through and devastates what you're doing and it creates chaos. If you've got a hurricane or a tornado comes through, something that creates chaos becomes a stuff hits the fan scenario. So your SHTF is when kind of the worst possible case scenario happens where you live or in your society or in your country that is just going to create chaos, is your SHTF scenario. Number 3, what we call RAL. RAL, or WROL. And that is without rule of law. So this kind of comes after your SHTF scenario where the initial problem happens and law and order break down in society. It's what we call RAL situation or WROL situation. And this is not off that far-fetched, folks. This has happened throughout human history in different societies and different cultures. And even in our own here in America, right now we're experiencing pockets of the country that are going into no rule of law situations. Now, when you're in a raw situation, you're talking about shelves being cleared of food, toilet paper, water. Might be chaos in the streets. Your rule of law will break down. Law enforcement will cease to function in any capacity. And we are watching as this does happen. And it is a very real scenario that we can be properly prepared for so we don't have to take part of and we can leave it. Or it's something that if we're prepared well for, we can actually bring order from chaos and help in this situation. But your WROL or RAW situation is without rule of law. All right, number 4. Number 4. This one is actually kind of a few in there, but it's BOB, which is going to stand for bug out bag. I promise, man, these preppers love to talk about their bug out bags or their BIB, bug-in bag, or their GHB, get-home bag. They're all very similar. They overlap in function, but essentially your bug-out bag or your get-home bag is a bag that you keep in your vehicle or in your home that is full of the things you need to live out of. And it's going to have a variety of things, from ways to start fire, food, 72 hours worth of food and granola bars. It's going to have, compasses and maps and ways to get to get to a place. So you're either getting from your home to another location, or from your vehicle, if it breaks down, to your home. Your bag is full of the stuffs, the things you need to accomplish that task. And there's a large variety of things that go into it, but that's the basic principle of a BOB. Bug out bag, bug in bag, get home bag. They're all very similar. For all intents and purposes, they're the same. BOB, bug out bag. Okay, number 5 is a good one. I actually am deficient in this area sometimes and need to work at being better. And I have used this 2 or 3 times even in the last year. And that is an IFAC, IFAK, or individual first aid kit. And that is, simply put, a kit that you carry on your person or in your bag. I keep one in my vehicle that is exactly what it sounds like. It's a first aid kit. And I had a person here by my home that was riding a motorcycle up and down the road, and they wrecked it. And I ran out, grabbed my IFAC, my individual first aid kit, and I helped him get himself kind of bandaged up and stop some of the bleeding on his arm so that he could get himself to the hospital safely and clean him up. So they come in very useful. It puts you in a position that if you see a problem, you can help with it. There's anything from tiny little individual first aid kits to very, very expensive and elaborate to very specific niche down ones. But really, any first aid kit that you have on your person or keep with you is going to be your IFAC, or IFAK, your individual first aid kit. They're good to have. I recommend you go get one. Number 6, going to be your MRE, meals ready to eat. It's, simply put, an entire meal in a pack that you can just open up and eat. I mean, it literally is that simple. It's not even, I don't even know that dehydrated foods that you have to reconstitute count as an MRE, although people will use them interchangeably. But it is an entire meal in a bag or a pouch that you can pull out, and it's ready to eat cold. Meal ready to eat. A lot of canned soups, a lot of canned foods could be considered MREs because they're already cooked. You're usually just heating them up to eat them. So a MRE, or meal ready to eat, bag full of food that you can just open up and eat it right away. Okay, number 7 is going to be one you may have already heard of as well. It's popularized in science fiction films or doomsday films or books or things like that. And it's going to be an EMP. An EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse. And without getting into too much detail, because quite frankly, I'm not an electrical engineer or scientist, and I don't know everything about it, but the simple fact is it's an explosion for your electronic devices. When an EMP goes off or is set off, it kills all things electronic, essentially, and renders them useless in an instant. And so people might use this to shut down an entire grid or a localized area or send several off at a time. There's so many things you can do and have been done with an EMP, and it can be used for a lot of different scenarios, usually to bring havoc or shut things down. Number 8 is going to be yo-yo. Now, this one I don't hear as much, but I see written all the time. Books, blog posts, things like that. And yo-yo is you're on your own. So they'll write out, this will be yo-yo situation. It'll be you're on your own situation. You are having to go on an adventure or do a thing or do a task where it's you by yourself. You're on your own, or the group of people, and you would say, sorry guys, no help is coming. You'll have to figure it out. Use your own brain power, use your own manpower, use the things you have, the resources you have to get things done by yourself, because no help is coming. You're on your own. It's a pretty simple one. Okay, getting close to the end. Number 9, I don't know how to pronounce this one. I've never actually heard this one spoken either, but it's ABAO. And that's going to be all bets are off. And this is similar to your SHTF situation. This is similar to your raw situation, but it's really pertaining to the fact that there's really no rules. You just got to do what you got to do. We hear all bets are off in lots of other parts of society, but it gets written down a lot, and I've read it a bunch in the preparedness stratosphere, and it's one that I see referenced over and over, although once again, I've never actually heard anybody on a channel speak it in a sentence, but all bets are off. similar to SHTF. It's just letting you know that there's really no rules right now, and you just got to do what you got to do. And here we are. We've reached the end. Number 10, the mother of all acronyms. And preppers love this one. Man, they love this one. And it's Teotihuacan. It's Teotwaki. Teotwawki. Teotwaki. What is Teotwaki? The end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. So this is the next level after SHTF. This is the next level after a raw situation. And this is literally the mother lode for preppers. The end of the world as we know it. All of society has collapsed, completely fallen apart, and you are truly yo-yo. You are on your own. Teotwaki. The end of the world as we know it. I don't think that needs much explanation. I just want to let you know that it exists, and preppers love to use it. Teotwaki. Teotwaki. The end of the world as we know it. All right, well, there you have it. My top 10 acronyms that you are absolutely 100% at some point going to hear, read, or see as you begin and get into your preparedness journey. So I hope this helps. Do me a favor, leave a comment below. Did I miss any? What are your favorite ones? If you're already into a preparedness journey, what are your favorite acronyms? Once again, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time as you're getting yourself reasonably prepared.